There is no free will. And here's the proof. What if I told you that the next thought you have is not yours? Try to predict your next thought. You cannot, because the thought appears before you decide it. And if your thoughts are not chosen by you, then tell me, what is free will? Most people believe they already understand what free will means. They think it is simple. They believe free will means that they are choosing their thoughts, they are choosing their actions, and they are choosing the direction of their life. They imagine a tiny ruler living inside their mind, a small emperor who commands their decisions. Go here, do this, choose that. They believe every desire is created by their own hand, every choice carved by their own decision, every action a deliberate order from the throne of their consciousness. But when you look more closely, this confidence begins to crumble. People often say, I could have chosen differently. But ask yourself, could they really? When anger rises inside them like a sudden fire, catching them before they can think, did they choose that fire? When fear strikes their mind like lightning from a dark sky, did they summon that fear? When desire pulls them the way gravity pulls the earth, did they consciously create that desire? People say, I am in control, yet they cannot control the next thought that appears in the quiet of their own mind. We walk through life imagining we are the ones steering the wheel, when in truth, we are often being carried. We react more than we choose. We are pushed by winds we do not see. Yet we name this drifting freedom. What most people call free will is simply a story the mind tells after the decision has already been made. Listen carefully now, because this is the doorway to understanding. A thought arrives in your mind like a visitor at your door. You do not invite it, you do not request it, you do not even know when it will come. It simply appears, and you only notice it once it is already inside you. Anger arrives without permission. Love arrives without warning. Fear arrives without announcement. Desire arrives without being called. If you do not choose the arrival of a thought, how can you claim to choose the action that follows it? The thought appears. The emotion reacts. The action unfolds. And only later does the mind whisper, I chose that. But that whisper comes after the storm. For thousands of years, sages have said the same truth. The mind is like a river. Thoughts are currents. You do not control the river. You simply float within it. When you look inside yourself, you find thoughts, memories, impulses, desires, fears, all flowing constantly. But you do not find a solid you who controls them. There is thinking, but where is the thinker? There is choosing, but where is the chooser? The chooser is a story, a narrator who arrives late and claims ownership over choices that were already unfolding. Some say everything is destiny. Some say everything is choice. Both misunderstand the deeper truth. Your actions are shaped by your nature, your upbringing, your past, your wounds, your fears, your habits, your memories, none of which you chose. You did not choose your mind. You did not choose your tendencies. You did not choose your strengths or your weaknesses. Yet you say you choose freely. This is like a tree claiming it chose its own height. There is a mind beneath your mind, a silent shadow that watches, decides, and acts before your surface mind wakes up. You notice attraction only after it has already risen. You notice fear only after it has already appeared. You notice anger only after it has already taken form. These emotions arise on their own, and only later does the mind say, I chose to feel this. But the feeling came first. And what chooses these feelings? Not the you think you are, but the deep ancient forces moving in the unconscious. The hidden mind acts first. You take credit later. Now listen carefully, because many misunderstand this part. If everything is predetermined, why try? If nothing is free, why live? Because you do not need absolute freedom to influence the direction of your life. You are like a sailor who cannot command the wind, but can adjust the sails. You cannot choose your thoughts, but you can choose which thoughts you feed. You cannot stop emotions from rising, but you can decide whether they rule you or pass through you. You cannot rewrite destiny, but you can dance with it. There are many layers to control, but none of them are absolute. The body moves on its own. The breath rises and falls like the tides, yet with awareness you can gently guide its rhythm. The mind thinks on its own. Thoughts bloom like clouds forming in the sky. Yet with awareness, you can choose which clouds to drift with and which to let pass. And even the self, the nature you were born with, was not chosen by you. Yet with awareness, you can shape it the way a river shapes stone. Slowly, patiently, powerfully. This is the secret. You do not have free will. You have free attention. And wherever attention flows, your life follows. So tell me, is free will real, or is it an illusion? The answer is both, and neither. On the surface, you are a puppet of biology, memory, and impulse. But beneath that surface, in the quiet space below thought, there is a stillness. A witness, a presence that watches everything yet is controlled by nothing. When you rest in this awareness, you rise beyond the illusion of choice and enter a freedom deeper than choosing itself. So tell me now, are you truly the author of your life, or merely the observer of a story already written? Is free will real? Or is the universe simply pretending to be you for a little while? And remember, even the thought you are having right now is not entirely yours.